Hello, my name is Halmurat. I'm a Finland-based Uyghur. I'm recording this video regarding to a worldwide testimony event about the ongoing human rights atrocity and abuse in East Turkestan, aka Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region of People's Republic of China. Chinese authority has started initiate so-called relocation system since 2017, which worsened the human rights situation of Uyghurs and other ethnic minorities of the region. The Chinese authority implemented discriminatory policies toward Uyghurs indoctrination camps under the name of the radicalization camps, victimized millions of people, which greatly impacted Uyghurs' psycho-sociological existence. Uyghur culture and identity have been attacked. Uyghur women forced to marry to men of the Han Chinese origin, children of detainees, and some Uyghurs who live abroad, who left their children to their spouse or to their grandparents and other immediate relatives when they plan to have a short visit in a foreign country to do a business trip or just a traveling. Then this atrocity started. They stuck in countries like Turkey and other places. Then they seek refuge in those countries. So their children been taken to the orphanages like places where the authority teach anything but not the Uyghur language and the culture. They try to assimilate the whole new generation of the Uyghurs, and they try to create a gap between the newborn or the new emerging generation of Uyghurs with the others or with their elder generations. Many families have been impacted by this atrocity. Family members of many Uyghurs were arbitrarily taken to those camps, whom people lost contact. Well-being of those detainees are unknown for many. My mother was among the very first who has been taken to the camps. April of 2017, I have found out she has been detained to study in somewhere the community services have organized for her. That was shocking news for me because she is a retired civil servant who was working for the local newspaper. She mastered the Mandarin Chinese and enjoyed her retirement with her fine amount of pensions. I mean, she don't need to learn Chinese because she has already mastered the language and do not need to have a new occupation. Automatically, she doesn't need to have vocational trainings. And both my parents are not religious. I mean, like, not that religious. I haven't never saw they practicing any religion. And they don't have political ambitions. They have never talked about politics in our family. I'm not the only, I'm not the only, the son who, or the family member who have suffered from this atrocity. There are many like me who have lost contact to their parents and immediate relatives. It's a great suffering. I cannot describe her, not because English is not my first language, because I don't think any language can be, strong enough or rich enough to describe this feeling. Yep, I wish to be able to take care of them because I'm the only son of them. When they start to need me, I mean, when they get more old, maybe they really need to be someone take care of them. And it is very important in my culture, but I don't know if I will be able to take care of them. That's the one thing that always make me struggle. psychologically as well. I mean, mainly. My father demanded, or I'd rather say mandate me to keep silent when I find out 2017 my mother was detained. He thought my mother will be releasing very soon, but that was not the case. January of 2018, my father too be taken to one of those camps. Right after his detention, my grandmother has passed away. That was the breaking point. I have started to speak openly and campaigning for my parents' freedom. Since ever, I became an activist and try my best to contribute and dedicate to people who are suffering from the situation. Yes, my parents were among the detainees, thanks to God. They have been released 24th December of 2018. Since their release, I wasn't able to directly contact them until recently. It was banned for them to use the internet. Their passports have been confiscated and their freedom of movement have been limited. My parents are among the list who has been released from those camps, but there are many, at least a million or a few million, according to some activists say that 3 to over 3 million. I don't know the exact number, but the millions are still detained in those camps. Recently, the president of the Uyghur Autonomous Region, Shekret Zakir, claimed that 90% of the detainees have been released, and that's not the fact. So, the many detainees, whereabouts of many are still remain a mystery. There are many heartbreaking stories about the family separation because of the unfortunate situation, which some activists saying that are akin to the tragedy of Jewish people during the World War II. I demand strongly that international nominee organizations like, for example, United Nations, European Union, for example, and other international human rights organizations, and the democratic countries like European countries like Finland, Germany, and others should take their responsibility to stop this human tragedy of 21st century. This will be written to the history. Imagine. This will be written to the history. Please do not let Uyghurs and other people in the region remain lonely and hopeless. Never again should not happen again. World should be count, and the world should keep the promise. Thank you so much.